home. So maybe he's just trying to, say, I did. Well, now you're committing a federal crime, sir. This is just insane, right? This is insane. This is Phil Murphy, the governor of New Jersey, saying that he's harboring an illegal alien in his home, and then he essentially threatens law enforcement. Good luck to the feds. Good luck to the feds. Okay. She's in the let the feds know she's in the room above the garage.
Are trying to get it to, and we said, you know what? Let's have her live at our house above our garage. And good luck to the feds coming in to try to get her.
The arrogance and the hubris of these people.
I've got to see how this plays out.
Wouldn't you send federal immigration officers there today?
Absolutely.
I would. Why wouldn't you?
Wow.
ICE, open up. We have a warrant. Turns out your governor went on live TV and said that you're harboring an illegal alien above the garage. So it was actually pretty easy to get the warrant.
I would love to see the slow turn of his wife to him. And she's like, what did you do? He's just like, I don't know.
These people are insane. We're, just above the garage. No big deal. Nope, no big deal. Insanity. This is the left. This is the progressive left. You know what? We're not dealing with this stuff anymore. Trump is already ramping up immigration enforcement across the country, and you know what? The Border Patrol is now being informed that cartel bosses have authorized the use of weaponized drones against our own agents. They understand that we're ramping up enforcement, and they're not taking it lightly. I don't think that anybody should be taking this lightly. We saw deportation protests all over the country all weekend long. They shut down the 101 in L.A. It's a massive freeway, these protesters. I had a friend at a protest in Dallas where a white woman in a kiffa let him know that if he looked like one of the illegal aliens, he'd be shot. To which a Dallas PD officer just shrugged. Oh, all right. No big deal. This is what we got. Threats to murder ICE agents are spreading all over social media after the deportations have began. Yet, despite all of this, we will persist. Nothing is going to slow us down. Tom Homan on Maria Bartiromo over the weekend saying, guys, crossings at the border are down 93% so far.
Can you assess your work so far?
Well, look, I looked at the numbers this morning, Maria. The crossings on the border are down 93%. 93%.
Wow.
That's a bigger decrease than under the first Trump administration. So, look, I said it. President Trump is a game changer. No one has had the success he's had on securing the border. He clearly understands we can't have strong national security if we don't have border security. We need to know who's coming in, what's coming in, where it's coming in, why it's coming in. And we have achieved a success on the border already. We got more work to do. And on top of that, as far as the deportation operation, we're just shy of, I think we got 5,000 already arrested the first week, and majority of them being criminals. The non-criminals, and the media's talking about, who are these non-criminals? The non-criminals are arrested in sanctuary cities because you force us into the community rather than arresting the bad guy in the jail. And when we find that criminal, he's most likely with others, and they're going to go too. So if you want to be a sanctuary city, you're going to get exactly what you don't want. More agents in the community and more non-criminals arrested.
Yeah, let's send them over to Governor Phil Murphy's house in New Jersey. She's in the room above the garage, guys. She's in the room above the garage. Listen, those numbers are low. We need to get those numbers up. I mean, you can do napkin math and figure out how many that actually would tally in a year's time. It's not enough. Spoiler alert, nowhere near enough. We need to step it up. But around the world, we're seeing that other countries are learning from the mistake that Colombia made and trying to stop the repatriation flights. Venezuela is on the record saying, hey, we're taking these migrants back. We're happy to. Trump posted a thank you to them for taking them back. He said, it's so good to have the Venezuela hostages back home, and very important to note that Venezuela has agreed to receive back into their country all Venezuela illegal aliens who are encamped in the U.S., including gang members of Tren de Aragua. Venezuela has further agreed to supply their transportation back. We're in the process of removing record number of illegal aliens from all countries, and all countries have agreed to accept these illegal aliens back. Furthermore, record numbers of criminals are being removed from our country, And the border numbers are the strongest they have been since the first term of the Trump administration. I mean, down 93% in border crossings. That's insane. That's wild. Step one was always stop the bleeding. When your crossings are down 93%, you are stopping the bleeding. Make no mistake about it. I think we need to get the deportation numbers up, way up, way up. But we're trending in the right direction. Colombia is now saying that they will pay for the deportations as well. They didn't want to let the flights in, and now they're looking around, they're looking left, they're looking right, and they're like, yeah, okay, we got to do something or we're screwed. The Colombia has now stepped up to pay for the respectful deportations of its citizens from the U.S. following a heated exchange between Presidents Petro and Trump over migrant treatment. Trump briefly played with tariff threats. Again, oh no, not tariffs, and they worked, threatening 50% hikes. Colombia caved instantly, and now Colombia is saying, well, we'll roll out the red carpet. We'll pay for everything. We'll pay for it all. We're seeing this time and time again. Also, the president of Panama, Jose Raul Molino, has vowed not to renew the 2017 Chinese contracts on the Panama Canal that are part of the CCP's Belt and Road Initiative. The contract comes up in about a year or two, but could be even sooner, and that's a good start. Shout out to Marco Rubio for making all of that happen. Secretary Noem saying Guantanamo Bay is going to be up and running and will be an asset for us to use in detaining the worst of the worst illegal aliens as we facilitate their repatriation back to their own countries. And all in all, we're ramping up very, very quickly, but we got to see those numbers get up as well. It's 11:48 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. It's 11:53 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. I'm Chris Hand in studio with Chad Benson.
What's up?
Chad's all in, by the way, on the boo-pocalypse for the Canadian national anthem tonight.
It's bizarre. The whole, really? You guys are going to boo us? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, for God's sakes. What a nightmare. Why? Why are you doing this? Show. Everything's for show nowadays.
Yep.
Even the crowd.
And then I was mentioning he hadn't heard the audio from Governor Phil Murphy, who has an illegal alien living in his home, and he goes on TV to let everybody know exactly what room she's in, and then subtly threaten the feds. Listen to this.
The governor of New Jersey practically daring the agency to come to his own home. Democratic Governor Phil Murphy declared on Saturday that he and the First Lady are allowing someone pursuing legal status to stay at their home. The governor a little vague on this, but the bold admission came at an event during a broader discussion about the policies of the new Trump administration. Here is the governor. Listen.
Tammy and I were talking about, I don't want to get into too much detail,
Because it's a federal
but
crime.
there's someone in our broader universe whose immigration status is not yet at the point that they are trying to get it to. And we said, you know what, let's have her live at our house above our garage. And good luck to the feds coming in to try to get her.
Like Fonzie. That's where Fonzie lived. He lived above the garage of the Cuttinghams. So let me ask you this. Am I right? I think it's kind of weird, but it's true.
But Fonzie had his paperwork in order.
He did. He had his paperwork.
He wasn't like the Italians on Ellis Island who got the WOP on their back. You know where that's what that came from, right?
Yeah.
WOPs without papers.
So, but why would you, if I'm that person, I'm like, what are you doing, man? Why are you putting a target on my back, right? I clean your toilets maybe or whatever. I do all this stuff for you guys, and you guys put a target on my back so you could feel good about yourself when they come and get you and go, they shouldn't have done that.
Virtue points.
Yes.
Virtue points.
Not virtue points for the person that may be deported.
No, for the governor.
Yeah.
I hope that he gets a knock today. That's enough for a warrant, would you think?
Yeah. I just think, and here's the thing. Also, it's kind of vague because that person could have residence. They could be here legally, and he's just playing the game. Like, they came to my house, and she was here legally. Well, you didn't mean it. It's so stupid. It's all of it is a game. It is. And these people, all they care about is virtue points. They care about what they look like. It's not whether they win or lose. It's how they look doing it.
Yep. This is wild, though. I love it.
Would it be great if it was a real alien? It's like E.T. or somebody up there?
I'm here for it. I would expect that at Tim Burchett's garage.
Yes, I would. I know. We can't tell you anybody what it is, but it's a real alien.
Yep.
So,
what stories have you been paying attention to over the weekend?
You know what? A little bit on the tariffs because I knew Mexico would break sooner rather than later. But
they folded like a napkin.
They did. You expected that to happen. Canada's a little different. I know Trudeau, who's still prime minister for whatever reason, is coming down here.
Castro.
Yeah. So, why? Now, here's my thing. Okay, great. For those of you guys who don't know, we don't produce enough of the oil we need for refineries. That's why their oil is so important. We need heavy crude. We don't produce heavy crude. That's the issue. And it would be about $350 billion over 10 years to switch over. We don't have that kind of time.
But we could get it from elsewhere.
We could get it from elsewhere, yeah. But then it would still be more expensive because we're bringing it. They've got this. Everything's on. It's the way we like it. It's nice, whatever. That being said, they're going to cave in as well. It's just
because
all a game.
even the threat of going elsewhere, like, fine, we'll go elsewhere where it's a little bit more expensive. That hurts Canada enormously more than it would hurt us.
I've always said, if we've got unlimited oxygen and there's the surface, they don't have unlimited oxygen and they're not going to be able to make it to the surface, and no matter how hard they hold their breath.
Yep.
And that's the problem that these countries have. And I know he keeps saying we should make them a state. You don't want them as a state.
No, they'd be too liberal.
They're going to get two senators. They're going to get all of those electoral college votes are going to go that way, and then you guys are screwed.
Yep.
Right? Don't do that.
Unless we want to do like what we do with the Virgin Islands. Like, you're
Make them a territory?
Yeah, you're a territory.
Yeah, you guys can kind of vote, but not really.
Yeah. Well, you can send in a liberal senator just to rabble rouse, but they don't actually do anything.
But that's what I said. Yeah, make them Guam.
Yeah.
Guam too, Electric Boogaloo. They're already our top hat. We protect them from everything. Nobody's ever going to invade Canada because you invade Canada, you invade us.
Yep, 100%.
Right? It's the same thing with Mexico.
But they've had a slow invasion of China.
They have. The fentanyl thing, I'm not quite sure about. Like a little less than 1% of fentanyl comes across the border. But I keep saying this, man. Our issue is we consume it, Chris. We got so many people who are totally into drugs.
But, and I made this point earlier, what the fentanyl does is it robs people of that second chance. Like, yeah, we have a huge market for drugs. But like there's always those redemption stories.
Oh, there is a redemption story.
And you're robbing people of that. I have a lot of friends that have passed away, and they made their own choices.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not knocking. Like, I understand that whole part of it. But they could have had a redemption story.
They could have, but they also could not. The thing is, like, my dad died of a drug overdose. I grew up in and around hardcore drugs my entire life, and you can give people a lot of second, third, fourth chances. Very rarely is it the second chance, the third, fourth, fifth. And yes, we need to address what's going on with fentanyl, but at the same time, we also need to address here all that insanity that's going on in the consumption.
But the fentanyl, too, it's like you have young kids.
The one pill can kill. That's a terrifying
That's
thing.
crazy.
Yeah, that is
or
crazy.
the baby at the Airbnb in Florida. It was on the ground. That's a bridge too far.
Yeah, but you know, you're never going to be able to protect everything. That being said, we do have a consumption problem here, and we got to figure that out big time.
100%. What are you talking about today?
We're talking a little bit about that. We're going to talk a little bit about PETA wanting to get rid of Punxsutawney Phil. We didn't get to it the other day, but it's just insane. And did they know who Jack the Ripper is? Did we figure it out?
Did you hear about Buckeye Chuck?
I mean, which one was this? This is the other woodchuck.
He's the knockoff groundhog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Ohio.
Clout chasing.
Oh, yeah, Ohio, yeah.
Clout chasing groundhogs.
Oh, my God.
Not
How
a
much
fan.
woodchuck could a chuck? How much chuck could woodchuck chuck if woodchuck could chuck wood?
Yeah. I don't like that one. I don't like that one at all.
That's it's not even cool like Bucky.
No. I'm in firmly in Punxsutawney Phil's
Yeah,
camp.
I'm there too. He's the original. He's the OG.
Yep. And he lives a good
He's
life.
the original groundhog.
Chad's in next. It's 12 o'clock on Super